Hey everybody, Dr. Jonathan Fabian with Health Source of Riverton, and I'm back to talk to you about our condition of the week this week. We're continuing on in our foot series, and so today we're going to talk about hammer toes. So hammer toes are really a deformity of the toe, and what ends up happening is you got your flat foot, and what you'll see is a toe that kind of bends up like that. So you have one that sticks up. That's what they call hammer toe. And hammer toe can be somewhat bothersome. For one thing, it's really hard to find shoes that work well for you because obviously you've got that sticking up in there. It happens sometimes just in one or two of the toes. Oftentimes you'll actually see multiple of the toes, and it's never the big toe that does it. It's always the ones next to it. So there's two different types of hammer toes. One of them is a flexible hammer toe, and that's the type of hammer toe where you can take and push on the toe and either completely or mostly get rid of that deformity with the pressure. So in those cases, there's a lot that can be done. The other type is rigid hammer toe. That usually has to do with arthritis having formed in there and causing an actual buckling of the joint. That one is more something that has to be managed. It can't really be reversed. So what causes hammer toes to form? Obviously in the rigid form it's arthritis, but in the flexible form, which is the more common of the two, what causes it is actually that your foot is not bearing weight correctly when you step down. So instead of the big toe side of your foot taking the majority of your force, what happens is that weight is being transferred onto the smaller metatarsals. And what happens is those metatarsals actually drop down right next to where the toe is, and it causes that part to get lower and creates a mechanical advantage for the tendon on the top of the toe, which then causes it to pull up into that hammered up, that flexed up position that we had talked about. And so one of the best treatments for a flexible type of hammer toe is actually orthotics, because we can change the way the weight goes across your foot. We can also put something in there to raise the metatarsals back up and help support them so that they don't create that mechanical advantage anymore, and usually can have good success with reducing or eliminating hammer toe. So what can you do to prevent hammer toe? This is going to sound a lot like the bunion video, but again, it's really important that we're using the right kind of shoes. So if you've got a heel on your shoe, you're taking your foot and you're actually bringing it up like this, which puts extra pressure where that metatarsal connects to the toe, and you end up with these dropping down and creating that mechanical advantage for that tendon. So a shoe with little to no heel is helpful. Making sure that you have a nice wide toe box in your shoes is also really valuable for prevention of hammer toe, because you don't end up with artificial deformities causing you to shift weight to the wrong part of the foot. So if you're suffering with foot pain, specifically hammer toe, or you know someone who is, please have them give us a call. We'd love to check them out using our new Mojo Matrix pin system and see what we can do to get them in some good orthotics to help them feel better, along with some exercises and adjustments. Thanks, you guys. Have a great week.